When people say that your mind and thoughts are powerful, they don't actually deep it at all. Your mindset is what literally runs you into the route of success or failure. And you've probably heard that too. Well, here we go. Think positively. Believe in yourself. This is all going to be explained in this video. So, let's talk about our minds. Our minds generally work as a goal-striving mechanism, neuroplasticity for that matter. So quite frankly, what you feed your mind is what your mind in turn thinks you want to happen to you. This is when you literally act as you believe. Whether it is about yourself or something else that's going to go on that involves failure or success, good or bad, you will unconsciously want these things to happen based on what you imagined, even if that is a failure or bad moment, which we clearly don't want to happen to us. And then something about you, our self-image. Everyone also talks about how important self-image is, but don't even see the significance in what the hell they are talking about. Your self-image is essentially what you believe about yourself. It is built through past experiences and the beliefs that these experiences have given us. And according to you, these beliefs are true. You literally begin to act like the person that you perceive yourself to be. And this cannot be changed with conscious willpower. So if the connotation here about your self-image, about the scenario you are going through, is negative, your mind will literally try to do everything it can to make sure that the end result is negative. You can literally want to succeed more than you want to breathe. But if you could not help but to believe that you will fail and that you are a failure, your brain is going to want you to fail. And when your mind wants you to do something, your mind believes you want something, you're going to unconsciously act in that same way, just as you thought. Also, another thing, worrying. When you are worrying about something, there is no denying that what you are imagining is a negative scenario. And because this false image is constantly, effortlessly repeated in your mind, you believe that this made up bad future outcome is actually going to happen to you, and it is only a matter of when. As we know, if we make ourselves believe that this is the case, it will seem that what we are worrying about was worth worrying about. But really, things went wrong because we kept visualizing them going wrong. And our brain thought that this was what we wanted. You may think that I'm lying to you about your brain wanting to do what you feed it through your beliefs, but I promise you, our goal-striving mechanism does not question the beliefs that we feed it. It interprets it and then acts upon what we feed it. Simple as. And we know this from many instances in our real life. When we envisioned ourselves doing poorly on a presentation and then embarrassing ourselves in front of everybody, lots of times it actually tended to happen. On our test, a sports game we played, we envisioned failure and it tends to happen. Our mind has so much power, more than you could even fathom, and yet fewer people realize that we actually have control over our own minds and that we have this fantastic asset that nobody can take from us if we don't let them. So, how can we use our mind as an asset rather than a liability as we know it can be? Well, as we can infer here, we want to be leaning towards the positive side of the goal-striving mechanism. As we covered earlier, this involves our beliefs about ourselves not just in general, but through past experiences. So what we have to do now is to remember even just one moment where we have succeeded in something, when you've done an exceptional job in something, and remember it. What I like to use as my successful memory is my all-nighter I had to pull, well, practically all-nighter, before driving out to visit back to my hometown, where I was using this time staying up to do a lot of reading and writing a lot of high-quality scripts for this channel. For you, it can be a successful presentation you did, a good gym session where you hit a lot of PRs, whatever. What you want to do is carry this memory around every time that you are about to be put into a scenario where it involves failure or success, good or bad. Essentially, any moment that puts you in a big amount of pressure and gets you to doubt yourself. We don't want to tell ourselves some half-assed affirmations that give off the illusion that maybe we are capable of success. We'd rather want to carry a memory of us doing something successfully into these pressure moments. Our brain thinks that we want to succeed in these pressure moments. Your mind thinks you want to do whatever you feed it. So feed it memories of the capability of success. And you will at least not fail because of the lack of belief, the lack of confidence. Because that perfectly brings me into the next point. Avoiding negative thinking. Because as I said, failing through something that isn't a lack of self-belief or self-confidence is actually a good thing because now we get a lesson, a mistake, to take out of it. Now, here's the thing about mistakes. They are the big killers when it comes to unconscious negative thinking. Given the common example that we used at the presentation, let's use it again. If you are about to have another presentation and remember a previous bad presentation you did where you embarrassed yourself, your mind is going to think that you want to do it again. So with this, you'd want to think that avoiding mistakes is the best approach here, right? Absolutely not. Because mistakes are actually intended to be an asset rather than a liability. Think of this, a guided missile is launched to hit a target, but it's too far left, and it needs to be adjusted a little bit to the right. The missile doesn't go, oh, I messed up here, I guess this is my fate. No, it just simply shifts right. It doesn't dwell on the past misplacement of it. It simply just moves after messing up. But we, for some reason, are not the same. When we make a mistake, it stays in our minds, when it really should be used as an action that helps us shift to the right course of action. So, we simply have to make the mistake, learn the lesson out of it, and completely forget about it. Now, this would best be done if you instantly act upon a thing that you made a mistake in and correct it accordingly. But we know in most situations this is not possible. So when you have to reflect on the mistake, once you face something similar, remember the mistake for just a millisecond and just grab that lesson you grabbed out of it. Mastering the memory of remembering former successes and forgetting past failures and just grabbing the lessons out of them is what's key to mastering your mind and making it unstoppable. Now this does take some training, but the best way to get the ground running here is just to fix your self-image. Add more of these positive experiences that make you feel capable, and you will eventually become more capable. The mind's power is extremely underlooked, and with training, you can have that power that so many people wish they could have. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and also share with friends so we can spread this out from the community. With that being said, I'll see you in the next one.